Happy Tuesday. I'm feeling like it's a total win that I know without a doubt that it's Tuesday today. I know I've struggled with that a few days in the past, but today I know it. So I don't know if that's a sign of a little bit more normalcy or what the case may be, but I'm taking it for the win that it is. Anyways, I wanted to start out tonight with a little bit of a welcome. I had the absolute honor and privilege to speak to about 40 top agents out in the Bay Area earlier this evening. All with the one of my favorite companies out there, Red Oak Realty, a small boutique brokerage in the Bay Area. I have known the people that own and run this company for years, well over a decade. I think so highly of them. They reached out to me to see if I might be able to share some thoughts and ideas with some of their top agents so that we could kind of collaborate a little bit. And I was absolutely honored to. I'm hopeful that some of them are tuning in for the first time. And if you are, then welcome. It was my extreme privilege to talk to you earlier today. One of the questions that came up that I actually thought was pretty interesting is somebody asked, where do I find my content? Where do I find the things that I talk about each night? Because obviously I talked about these videos as a way that I'm trying to reach out and keep connected with everybody and to share my insight and the things that I have. And one of the questions was where do I come up with the things that I talk about each day? And the reality is it's ever changing. Sometimes it's, I do quite a bit of research throughout the day. Sometimes it's webinars, sometimes it's reading articles. Sometimes it's things happening in my own transactions. Sometimes it's conversations with my top lenders, top attorneys. So sometimes it's very much, especially a lot of the data stuff, into the research elements. But I would say at least half of it is a little bit more situational. Or sometimes I get emails from people like you with regards to specific things going on and specific questions. Sometimes it's just things that are happening to me throughout the day. Today, I had a very interesting experience out of my personal life that I'm going to share because I really think that it kind of grabbed me and it kind of told me that I needed to talk about it. I think a lot of you know, but not all of you do, that I have two daughters, both of them very young, 3.5 and 5. That's quite an adventure, especially during this stay-at-home quarantine. And it's funny when you have children that are that close together, they're 21 months apart. There are times that is incredibly difficult, and then there's times that are easier. I think we're in one of the easier times because they like one another, but it's a lot of effort and it's a lot of things to do, especially while running a business and a company and everything like that. But anyways, this event happened today that got me thinking a lot about human behavior. We have, and I'm guessing a lot of parents have these days, instituted a movie hour at the end of the day. If the girls have both been really good and helpful all day long and kind of done their chores and done their fun work and all that good stuff, we let them watch a movie at the end of the day. It gives us a chance to make sure that we're up on all the work stuff and keep our sanity. It gives them a little bit of, just a reward at the end of the day, which we all need right now. But what specifically happened today that I thought was quite interesting is that I was busy doing something. My husband sent them down into the basement with two bowls. One bowl had grapes in it and the other bowl had veggie straws in it so that they could have a little snack while they watched their movie. And at the end of the movie, they came up and we were standing there, and the younger one was very, very upset. And she said, "I didn't get any veggie straws." And my older one got equally as upset and said, "I didn't get any grapes." Now here we had two children that, even though we know children are very, very different and they think different and stuff like that, but in the same environment, the same house, sitting literally 2 feet apart from one another, sat through an entire movie, and it never dawned on them to share. Even though all day long, I feel like all we're talking about with them, either when they're in their daycare or with us, is share. And this got me thinking, just because sharing is really important. And it's even more important right now. Right now we're in a crisis. For some people it feels okay, for some people it feels terrible, but right now we are in a crisis. And what that means is that we need to share. We need to share our resources. We need to share our thoughts. We need to share whatever we can to help other people. Sometimes it's our abilities. I mean, it's the same reason that I took time out of my day to get on a call with 40 brokers earlier today, is because I wanted to share what I had learned in something, and I had the ability to do that. And I think it's just one of those things that it's a very simple, very mundane, everyday occurrence and lesson that we learn as toddlers. But sometimes, especially when we are overwhelmed or anxious or driven by fear and emotion, sometimes we forget the simple things. So tonight, all I wanted to do was remind us that during these times, during these days, we should try and share wherever we can. Sharing can be something that we have. It could be a thought. It could be an ability. We have a elderly resident that lives down the street that, on the rare occasion that my husband's going to the store, we call her up and say, Hope, do you need anything? Is there anything we can get you? We have the ability to go to a store easier than you, and it's safer for us to than you. So how can we help? So with that being said, this is just a reminder tonight. No data, no real estate. Just a reminder to share with one another, share our thoughts, share our ideas, share our company. We are all missing one another these days. So it's plain and simple tonight. Anyways, on that note, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, take care of one another, take care of yourself. Remember that there are people out there risking their lives every day, fighting amazing fights in all of these different professions that don't have the ability to work remotely. A huge kudos to them. I am looking forward to getting through this with all of you. I am excited to get through this with all of you. You have my commitment that I will be here every night until we're at some semblance of the way through this. Or if I fall asleep too early, one of the two is going to happen. No, I will be here. I committed to you. So I will see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening and have as good a day as you possibly can.